So students and colleagues, we're ending the examination period now. And so I wish you all of the best in the final papers that you are writing. And I really, truly wish that you have a good break. It's well deserved. It's been a hard 6 months. And I think you should take this opportunity to revitalize yourselves and come back prepared for the second term. I do want to use this opportunity, however, to raise another issue that I think is really important. And really it pertains to how we engage each other as members of the university community. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was on Twitter and I received a tweet from a student that was particularly disturbing. I had sent a tweet out congratulating Bidvest on winning the Premier League. And what the student said is that I disgusted him in a series of other tweets in that vein because I had tweeted a congratulatory message to Bidvest, but I hadn't commented on Twitter about the spike of violence around Braamfontein. Now what was particularly hurtful was that we had already sent 2 communiques to every member of the student community on precisely the issues that were happening in Braamfontein. And so I responded quite firmly, I must say deliberately, and I said, don't be a brat. And I was quite struck by how many students responded and said, how could I be so harsh on the student? Why was I so harsh on the student? Yet none of them had actually reflected on the fact that the student had himself been rude, abusive, and frankly obnoxious. And so you can't expect civility if you are not prepared to grant civility itself. But this is not about me. It's a much broader set of issues. If you speak to my colleagues, all of the executives, they will tell you that when they've been involved in engaging students, particularly under protest cycles, they've been abused, foul language has been used at them, they've been threatened, and effectively fairly intolerant and abusive kind of behavior that they have been subjected to. This is not all students, by the way. I want to be clear that the vast majority of students, I would say 95, 96, 97% of our students are quite polite, are very well engaged, are very civil, are great members of the university community. But there is a small group, largely those that see themselves politically oriented, who kind of have simply assumed that to be radical, you must be abusive. When you signed up at this university community, you signed up on a set of rules. And those rules make it very clear that you have to engage in a civil manner with the rest of the university community. You don't do that simply because somebody's a vice chancellor or an academic or a senior professor or an administrator. You do that because it's the good thing to do if you're part of a university community. Now, I don't want to legislate this, but increasingly we are going to be holding people responsible. If people are particularly abusive, they will be charged and they will be disciplined. And increasingly, if they repeat this behavior, then actions will be taken against them. When you came in, all of us, when we came in, we signed on a set of responsibilities and rights. And it's our obligation, every one of us, me included, to observe those rights and responsibilities, to engage each other in a civil manner. And if you don't want to, then you shouldn't be at this university community. Then you should be somewhere else. But if you want to be part of this university community, if you want to be respected, then you relate to other human beings with respect. And I say this not only to students, I say this also to staff. I say this to executives, that we need to be part of a civil community. I ask and I urge students, colleagues, please, it's important that we are civil with each other. And I promise you that my colleagues and I will engage with respect, so long as you engage with respect. I wish you all the best for the final papers that you are writing, and I do wish you a good break, a revitalized break, and I would like you, like me, to think through some of these issues that I've raised today. Thank you.